guys, and welcome to day 2 of our time in the Word. This morning, we will be continuing our journey through the song Glorious Day. Before we jump in, though, now is the perfect time for you to hit share so others could join us. Also, you can subscribe if you haven't already to the YouTube channel or like us on Facebook or Instagram. The morning devos are there. There's a lot of other things such as my real and my reality with my life, with my family, and my crazy little crumb snatchers. So, if you don't already follow me, I would love for you guys to do that. At the end of this, please hop into the comments and let me know what you think. And also, you can message me direct as well. We are picking up with the chorus of Glorious Day. You called my name, and I ran out that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. Lord, you called my name, and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness, into your glorious day. You called my name, and I ran out of the grave, out of the darkness, into your glorious day. That is the most life-giving lyric I think you can sing. I have to be very transparent with you guys and say this. So I knew kind of exactly the passage or the story from the Bible and where I wanted to go with this just because of the song and the beautiful miracle of Lazarus rising from the dead. But what I didn't expect was Jesus to be like, whop pop, let me hit you with something. So just so you know, the course is going to be split up over 2 days because in preparation for this, the Lord reveals something so real to me that I don't think I've ever seen this angle on it. So I'm going to be reading to you guys from John chapter 11, and it's the story of Lazarus and his sister, but I'm going to split it up just so I can obey truthfully and just be obedient to what I feel like the Lord is saying here for me to share today. Verse 38, then Jesus, deeply moved again, came to the tomb, and it was a cave, and a stone lay against it. Jesus said, take away the stone. Martha, who is Lazarus' sister, said, Lord, by this time there will be an odor, for he has been dead for 4 days. Jesus said to her, did I not tell you that if you believed, you would see the glory of God? So they took away the stone. Now, I want to stop there. That was not the original plan, but God being who He is, I want to stop there because I feel like for me, this was for me. The conviction that I began to feel as I began to dive into this text, just thinking about the lyric of the verse where I was buried beneath my shame, and then it says who could carry that kind of weight, and taking all this from yesterday on into the place of breathing but not alive, all my failures I'm trying to hide. So I create this tomb where over time and over the years I'm dead. And if you think about what Martha says, she says, Lord, by this time there will be an odor, for he has been dead for 4 days. That right there, whoo, it got me. In our life, when we find ourselves in a season of depression or hurt or shame and trying to hide that, it puts us in a very uncomfortable position. And I shared this yesterday in referring to myself putting up walls and isolating myself and feeling buried and really creating my own tomb out of the fear of if people got close to me, they would know what I was thinking or what I was going through. That alone, or this passage alone, revealed to me that I have done that in so many seasons of life without even knowing it. Being that I was down and depressed or down and hard on myself through the shame and the things I was trying to hide and more fearful of man than of God, I would put off this foul, not an odor, but this foul energy of repellent, um, a disrespectful attitude, a hateful, negative approach to things because I was dead. I was in a place where I did not have life, so therefore I was not life giving. I can think back to times with my wife when I was not respectful or honoring to my kids, when I was short with them, or I was in a place where I couldn't even value the moment that I was having with my family, or even working alongside people, just being very short and saying things, or being road rage, like all these little things. I look back and I think, because of where I was sitting in that season of life, I was dead. And as a body decays emotionally, I had decayed so that my attitude just stunk. I didn't care how I treated people. I didn't realize in that moment that I was pushing them away. The enemy was using that as a way for me to think that I was protecting myself. But in all honesty, I was hurting myself from being in the position to have people to do exactly what the Lord was calling them to do. He says to them, "Take away the stone." Martha replies, "He's been dead for 4 days." And then Jesus is going on, because here's the reality. Jesus already knows what's about to go down. He knows that he is about to perform a life resurrection before their eyes through the power of the Father. So he is saying, "My sister, didn't I tell you? Just trust and believe." But before we can even get to that, today my conviction has been, as I sat or sit in my own tombs of life, if I don't have people around me to roll that stone away when the Father does and has wanted to call me out, that's probably the reason why it took me so long to stand when I couldn't, or that's probably the reason why the stone was not fully rolled out of the way, just barely cracked, because I had just enough strength to move it, but I didn't allow other people around me to completely push it away. That was my defense. That was my way of guarding myself and protecting myself, to stay in alignment with what the enemy wanted me to think and believe. Today, I want to change that. I want to encourage us to really allow ourselves to see the realness of what it's like to be alone. And maybe I'm the only person who struggles with this when we are carrying a heavy load. But pushing people away and being foul and being rude and being aggressive and repelling, creating this toxic energy is not what God would have us to do, especially in a season when you're hurting. That's when you need someone the most. That's when you need to be surrounded by loved ones. That's when you need to feel the love of Christ. That's when we need to be able to have someone to call out to us, to check on us. I want to encourage you to just examine where you are and the relationships you have, and maybe there's someone you need to call and say, "Hey, look, I was wrong. I'm going through a hard time right now, and my attitude stinks, but I need you there. I need you to hold me accountable. I need you to love me. I need you to encourage me. I need you to speak life into me." God, I come to you in this moment just saying, if you have nothing else for us today, Lord, may it be that we just see ourselves in the way you see us. May we see the opportunity to not push people away when we're hurting, not to isolate ourselves, but to embrace them. God, I pray if there's anyone watching this right now that may be surrounded by so much heavy weight of shame, that they don't allow that to lie to them and make them think you need to push everyone away, you need to be rude, you need to defend yourself, protect yourself. May their heart be softened so that they can experience the power of you, the love that only you give and that only you bring. Jesus, do what only you can do. called my name, and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. Lord, you call my name, I ran out of the grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. Your glorious day. Your glorious day.